Keep that off the record.
Got super fucked up.
Do not tell people about that on the pod.
I'm sure around 80 things started again.
We got a little loose. Well, we were taking it. We had to take a nip every time we made every time we passed through 18.
Yeah, which was
20
6 times.
Yeah, and then we hit every comfort station. So we probably, I mean, we were drinking like, let's call it probably 4 drinks a round times.
How were you able to just play that
5.5
much?
rounds. We were in a cart.
But like, was there anybody ahead of you?
On a Tuesday, there were 2 groups that we went through, but everybody at the club knew we were doing this, so they were just like making way for us, and like people were coming out and watching, people were filming.
Oh, that's funny.
It was cool.
We're playing 100 today.
Yeah,
that's fun. Did you go out intending to do that, or just
yeah? We wanted to try to get to 100. We ended up only getting to 90. We played 5 full, and then we ran out of light because of the lightning delays. But we would have been able to play like 120 if we'd really put our minds.
How long were the delays?
Each one was like at least an hour.
Oh,
and we just sat inside in one of our. The lightning got so bad that we actually sat in a cave in a grotto at our friends. There's like a gay couple that has a massive house with a pool and a grotto.
Yeah.
And we had to run into their grotto, and we made Negronis.
I don't think anyone's ever lived a better divorce life than you.
It's been going good.
That sounds
fun. Yeah,
that's prime.
Sounds like a great day.
Single, just living up activity.
Bro, it's good times. It's good times.
Yeah, that seems like such a restive break. Not even like physical rest, but that probably was just fun.
It was the best. The amount of fun has been at peak chart levels.
That makes me genuinely happy for you.
Look at all the new artwork in here.
I know, I was just noticing all these animals.
That one's cool. What is that?
I think Owen made it.
That's cool, Owen.
Son of a boy, Dad. Wow.
Wow. Beautiful.
It's like rustic meets modern.
All right, shall we?
Yeah.
We can keep that in too. I mean, I don't care. It's funny. We could leave that in as well.
No slurs or anything.
Yeah.
So pretty good to go.
All right. Well, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is Monday, July 7th. We're here. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yes. I'm happy to see you guys. Feels weird, to be honest with you.
I know. To be honest, I could use another day. I could have used one more night.
One more wouldn't have hurt anybody.
Yeah. One more day would have worked. Because I just got back. I had a long week and I got back yesterday.
What were you like, staying up all night with twins or something, or
staying up all night with twins? No, staying up with my freaking demons.
They're twin
playing
demons.
Cards.
Cards.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I don't even know if I told you guys what I was. I didn't go to Wyoming.
You never told us.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Wyoming, but we couldn't go.
Why not?
Because Beau had work, and he couldn't get it off.
Golly, so that just canceled the whole trip?
We're going to go later in the summer.
But you couldn't have gone with you, Peters, and Nate?
Well, I mean,
so that's number one
like,
twin
that
demon.
That would be like a devastating blow to Beau.
Oh,
it was
really?
Just like, we're going to go without you.
Yeah, but he couldn't go.
Yeah. So
and you had a trip planned.
Well, we didn't book flights yet. So, and also it's like the trip, it's like, there's no hotel reservations or anything. It's just, you just get there.
Oh, you guys don't plan it?
No, it's all camping.
Right.
So it's like you just show up. Like we have all the shit.
Can I ask you a question?
So all you really need is the flight.
Is Beau spelled B-E-A-U or B-O?
Both.
Really?
No.
You don't want to tell me?
No.
Do not tell him. Do not dox Beau. He'll be so much easier to search.
Boy, I mean, yeah. So hard.
There's a big difference, though.
There is.
One's stately and the other one's a trash collector.
The other one's casual.
One's French and one's like close to Bob.
We're like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in Maine all week.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Out in the port.
Where were you in Maine?
We stayed in Wells.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
What were you doing with your family?
No, just with my
Nate?
friends.
You went with Nate and Peters?
And Beau. He lives in Maine.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he moved.
What are you talking about?
Probably like right after we recorded the last episode, he moved to Maine.
What are you talking about?
But no, that was
man?
always planned. Like that was not because he graduated college and he went back to his family. Living.
So
What
Nate's always lived there?
No, Nate's back in Massachusetts.
Nate used to live there though.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to know these things, man.
Yeah. We were out there. It was great.
We
Wait
need
a
to get a
second.
map with like pins for where each of them live.
God damn it, dude. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, it was great.
I
times.
go to Maine.
Well, you weren't there, and we were nowhere near where you would have been.
I can drive to Wells. That's not that far. It's an hour from my home.
Yeah, it was great. Great time.
Dude, this kind of pisses me off.
You ever been to the Maine Diner?
No.
Worst fucking restaurant I've ever been to.
Is that in Wells?
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of time in Wells. That is pretty far. Weirdly.
Yeah.
That's basically New Hampshire.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Flying into Portland.
Oh, you flew to
It's
Portland
a
and then drove.
15-minute drive.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's like 25.
35 probably
Yeah.
from Portland.
Just exaggerating for comedic effect.
I
well,
got it. No,
I know
picked it up.
Maine, and you're
Yeah.
trying to pull wool over my
I
eyes
know.
here.
And the people who don't know Maine.
Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe it would convince some people to get out to Maine if they thought it was only a 15-minute drive.
Also, if you're telling me that Beau is now living in Maine, then he's definitely spelling it Beau.
Well, no, his family lives in Maine. They moved there after
What
he
are you
graduated.
saying?
Yeah, his family moved to Maine after he graduated, and Nate's family left Maine.
You
after he
never
graduated.
told me this.
Yeah, well, it's because he doesn't go there a lot.
Do you know how personal Maine is to me?
You should have told Francis this.
That'd be like me telling you that my best friends just joined the Duxbury golf team.
It wouldn't be like that at all.
It's
It
close.
would be the equivalent of you being like, yeah, I drove through Massachusetts last week.
No. No, it's
It
not.
would. It would.
Which
be.
he should disclose.
Well, and first of all, I did tell you that I had driven through Massachusetts and I
That's-
thought I was close to your home. And
that's
you
the
said I wasn't
equivalent.
close to your home.
That is the equivalent.
No, it's not. Maine is a really small state. It's really
It's so much bigger than it's literally 3 times
geographically,
the size of
yes, but
Massachusetts.
there are very few people there.
True.
Per cap, there's
Well,
not that
I'll
many
tell you what, there
people.
was a lot of people there this week.
Yeah, it's probably that was a big week.
What kind of area was it? Same as like Montana, like outdoorsy, or was it a town vibe?
It was more of like a town type. Like, we were like on the beach.
Maine's the type of state where if you had told me you guys were going up there, I would have connected you to my parents. And they would have had you over for dinner, and it would have been a
We
lovely
would have had
dinner.
to drive like 2 hours.
No, an hour.
I
Freeport,
don't know,
dude.
I don't know if I'm buying it.
What are you talking about? I'm going to do that.
I don't know if I'm buying the whole hour straight from go directly from your house. You don't have to say the location, but go from your address
Okay.
to. Want me to give you the address?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I could find it though.
You were on the beach and in a town. I feel like that's the opposite of what you wanted to do.
Not really my cup of tea.
I know.
Not really my go-to.
I feel like those are the two
Oh, look
least,
at that.
least favorite things for you.
From my house to Wells is 52 minutes.
Okay, so you lied. You said it was an hour.
You're pulling the wool over people's eyes.
I mean, if I was you, I would say that's 45.
I thought I said it was like 55 minutes.
You said 52, I thought.
It's close.
You were close. We were right there. Maybe next episode.
Golly, dude.
So you didn't like the,
No, I
You
didn't
didn't like your
It was a
vacation?
blast.
but it just wasn't your preferred topography.
No, I really I fished the whole time, but I didn't catch a single fish.
There's good fishing up there.
Apparently the fishing right now in Maine, the stripers, because I was just
Striper
shorecasting.
season. Yeah.
But apparently,
We call them strippers.
yeah, apparently right now they get like a new. Apparently, stripers, the way it goes, it all depends on how the spawn was last year. And apparently, the spawn the last couple of years hasn't been great. So there's only big fish,
right?
And they're not easy to find. They're very deep and far out, and they're like 50 inches plus.
Big ones.
Yeah, and there's really not a lot of big there's not a lot of schoolies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the bite. The bite is tough. It's live bait, a lot of live bait.
Yeah, you got to go live bait.
We didn't have any live bait.
Nobody caught anything?
No, we did. The last night we went to a bar, and then we had the fishing rod, so we were going to walk over to this dock after, get the night bite. And there was a dude fishing there, and he showed us a fish under the dock. He was like, they feed this bass, and it ate while we were watching. Biggest fish I've ever seen in my entire life. It was fucking insane.
Wow.
It was pitch black. We just had flashlights, and it comes up, and it's like,
Isn't it illegal to fish with flashlights?
well, we weren't fishing. We were just looking.
But isn't that illegal though?
Definitely not.
You're allowed to use lights to lure fish in, because isn't that something that they get attracted to? Why did I once upon a time believe that to use a giant flashlight to fish was illegal?
I don't know about I was using my phone. I can't imagine they're arresting people for that.
You texting, you better be texting.
Let's turn that brightness down on your front screen, because that's getting a little suspicious.
What would they have done if you had just caught their fucking huge fish?
The dude was like, try. He's like, you probably won't, because it's there. It knows that people are going to try and catch it. But he's like, but occasionally it will eat something.
And
But there was
what, you just
so
release
many.
it, or you could have.
Yeah, you would release it. But there's so many bait fish. I mean, if you killed that thing, it would be a scene.
Yeah, that's
It would
what
be
I'm
like in
picturing.
Jaws when they have the shark hanging from the crane.
But it's like their friendly neighborhood pet, too.
Yeah,
So people
yeah.
like, came with pitchforks.
I knew this kid in
gutting
high
it.
school.
Just eat it so much better raw. You knew a boy in high school?
Well, I met this kid in high school who had grown up in a different state, and I thought he was a really nice guy. His name was Will, and then he was very kind of mild-mannered and calm. And then one day he revealed to me that he'd gotten into some legal trouble, and it was that in his town they had a collection of the world's rarest tulips or something like that were in this protected area, and that one night he and a buddy got drunk and went through and stomped them all.
Ah,
That
And,
honestly
like-
is monster behavior. That would piss me off.
And he got arrested for it.
yeah, I'm sure.
And so that made me think of him. I hated him after. I
Yeah,
found
that's
this out.
insane.
I hated him.
I don't even like when people just pick tulips that are in a regular garden.
No.
Don't
No.
fucking touch tulips. Tulips by
How
far
old
my
was he
favorite
when
flower.
he did that?
I mean, probably 17, 18.
Dang.
It's just vandal behavior.
He's
You
a
know what I
bad
mean?
kid.
I don't like vandals.
He's a
I
bad
don't like
kid.
vandals
Bad
at all.
kid.
Well, take it out on a mailbox, not the fucking
Yeah, I
rare
know.
tulips.
Rare tulips, man. It
Were they
pissed
able
me
to
off.
salvage the
No,
crop?
it ruined the town's pride and joy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's probably going to
May as well
cripple
have
the
just gone out there with
ecosystem.
some Roundup.
Smoking a cig and blowing it right in the
Yeah.
tulips as you kill them with a
Yeah.
Roundup.
Imagine. What would you do if you walked out into the woods and you just saw a dude at the flowers just gassing them with a Roundup? Just smoking a cigarette.
They put a Scam Newton jersey on Bear Bryant, so I poisoned them trees. Do you guys remember that story about they like poisoned the tree at Alabama or no, Auburn?
I don't think so.
There was like a famous college tree, and it had been there for like 100 years. And somebody put a Cam Newton jersey on the Bear Bryant statue. So one of the crazed fans went and like found a way to poison this tree. Just
Damn.
killed a tree out of spite.
Where did Cam Newton go to college?
Clemson.
Clemson?
No, Auburn.
Auburn.
After Florida.
I get those two mixed up.
Because the
Excuse me.
orange.
The colors.
Yeah.
The orange. You're
He was
colors.
amazing at Auburn. He was unbelievable at Auburn.
I'm sure.
He's a fucking stud.
People were trying to compare Jalen Hurts to him. They were not. I saw that on Twitter this weekend. And they were saying that Jalen Hurts is the 8th best player on his team.
It might be true.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I believe that.
You think he's better or lower?
I think
than
he's
that?
higher up.
Higher?
I think the only players that are actually like like Saquon, I guess I would say, is better. Like
AJ Brown.
But I mean, AJ Brown's only as good as Jalen Hurts is. I feel like, it's like
Yeah.
he's got to get the ball to AJ Brown.
Jalen Carter.
Saquon Barkley's on a team of his own. I mean,
Yeah.
he gets the ball. It's
It's a game over.
yeah.
Yeah, you wish that he was on the Patriots.
Oh no, Drake May is definitely better than
Saquon Barkley?
the thing that's great about Drake May is that he is the best player on our team. That's how it should be.
Thank you for indulging us for a quick 90 seconds of football
I
talk.
don't
Just
mind.
just a primer for the fall.
I'll be honest with you. I've just been looking at Harry's haircut.
Oh,
I
it's-
was looking at it too. It's so nice.
It's so different for you.
It is very different.
It looks so fucking fly though.
It's fly as hell.
No, it's insane.
No, I went and
About to get grounded, bro.
It's cute. I would call
Yeah.
it cute. Yeah, it's
In
cute.
like a 90s way.
You're cute.
I want to see you in a quarter zip.
Yeah, I don't love it.
That
I
haircut
want
and
you to
quarter
go to
zip?
prom with my daughter.
I'm more just
Yeah.
waiting for it to get longer again so I can wear hats.
No, don't do that.
I mean, that's what I'm going to do.
You got a butt crack
It's-
running right down the middle of your head.
I don't really know. The problem is I never know what it looks like.
It looks so good. Don't fuck with it too
feathered.
much.
Yeah, don't mess it up. Don't muss it.
It looks so
It looks
nice.
fucking incredible.
Who what'd you ask for?
One normal boy's haircut. Normal straight
You
boys.
pointed at the picture on the wall. You know how in old barbershops there used to be like a faded picture of like
Mm-hmm.
black guy hairstyles?
Yeah, or like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Or like a bunch of different Dominican dudes.
You ever get the Tom Brady at Sport Clips? Great cut. Promising cut.
Mm-hmm.
I got that day one of college.
Which version
Hot,
of Tom
tight.
Brady?
Tight on the sides.
Yeah, I bet.
Tom
Day
Brady's
one
had
of-
a lot of different hairstyles.
Day one of college.
I got it early in school.
Yeah.
And I got it and I said, I do not think I look like Tom Brady.
You're probably giving yourself a pep talk in the mirror, like new school, new me.
I looked a lot more like Ellen than Tom Brady. That was one of those haircuts that I got that it was just one of the, you're lightly jogging back to the dorm. It's like, I got to get out of public now.
You left college.
And try to see how I can salvage this.
It's September 1st and you have a hoodie pulled tight over your face. It's hot as fuck. I'm loving the weather out.
Yeah, it's been decent.
What's it like in Maine? It's probably pretty cool up there.
I don't know if I can handle us talking about Maine.
The 4th, it was
it's just enraging that he would come to my home state and not tell me he's coming so that I could make a plan to also be there and show him around.
He should
take him out on the boat.
My friends also
everything I
lived
do in Maine is stuff you like,
but all my friends lived there.
It doesn't matter but even that pisses me off. Since when? You're telling me you got friends like open door, revolving door, Nate's in, Nate's out. Beau's now living there with his entire family.
I've been to Kennebunk like
Why am I
20
not having dinner with Beau and his family in Maine?
Because you live in New York City.
But I go to Maine. I was just there.
I was just there.
Not really.
Yes, really.
You didn't tell me about it. You're supposed to be in fucking Wyoming.
Well, we're going to Wyoming still.
Sass said him and his friends. He said him and his friends did this contest where they all like dove off of this one bridge to go get a weight.
God damn it, dude! If you go to Maine without telling
Francis' house,
then I'm going to Wyoming with you.
We stayed at your place.
I would have liked that.
You did see his parents.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room.
Great to see him. Imagine I just showed up solo.
My mom makes an amazing lobster pasta.
Lobster pasta? I had a lobster roll.
Yeah, where'd you have it from?
You wouldn't know it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know the spot. It's new.
I've never been so mad.
It is new. They said it's only 2 weeks old.
Okay. Well, I don't know Wells that well, to be honest with you.
It was amazing. It was so nice. We were on the lawn. Right on the water.
We wouldn't have,
and they were like,
them in sports. Even they were kind of too far away.
It was.
Although we played York,
the restaurant we went to last night was so sick, and it was so cheap. And then we found out it was because it was brand new, and they were just trying to get people there. And it was like, we were like, this is the last time we're ever going to be here. It was so nice.
There's a restaurant.
Beers
in
were $5. Not that I drink beers, but
beers in Maine are cheap. Yeah.
Not at other places.
Great breweries.
Yeah, Maine Beer Company. Shout out, my favorite. There's a restaurant in Maine called The Lost Kitchen that was started by this woman named Erin French, and they're only open, I think, one night a week, Saturdays through the summer.
It's a good business strategy.
In order to get a reservation there,
I'm sure
at the beginning of the year, you send in a postcard, a handwritten postcard, sort of pleading your case for why you deserve one of the, 40 reservations for the entire summer. And they get thousands because it's a very highly acclaimed restaurant.
Have they ever thought about maybe just opening up on like a Saturday as well?
I think they are. I think that's the only night they're open.
What about Friday night?
I don't think so.
She wants Fridays off.
And my mom and my dad have been applying for years and have never gotten in. And it's a sadness to me.
I can get you in.
No, you can't.
I could.
Beau could.
No. You might be able to.
Well,
that's damning for your parents.
She's got a very good cookbook.
I bet your parents write such nice postcards.
She also wrote a bestseller. I've been doing some of her recipes. I did her macerated shallot vinaigrette recently. I spoke about that in our Chat BCC group.
Yes.
It was unbelievable. You just sort of brush some of that on some veggies and, man, it adds this lightness to them.
I got an air fryer.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to hear that.
I haven't used it yet. It's getting here today.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
2 tiers or just the one?
Just the one.
That's fine.
1 tier.
There's an online discourse right now about whether it's trashy or not to keep your air fryer on your counter.
Where else are you going to keep it?
I'm not going to keep it on
You finish it, you plug it away, you stow it away?
Yeah, I think that's not what you do.
I do that.
I wish I could just get rid of my stove.
Yeah.
And like have my air. I guess I could just put it on top of the stove. Because it's like the stove, it's like now that I got this thing, I'm never going to touch that again.
The stove.
Yeah.
You could do anything in an air fryer.
Yeah.
You could make a 5-course meal in an air fryer.
What should I make tonight? Wings. I kind of want to make wings.
Ooh, wings are a fun idea.
Are they easy to make? I've heard they're easy with the fryer.
Throw them in the fryer. You're fine.
Flip them.
You're going to get tired of washing that fryer. I can tell you that much.
Oh, you got to wash them? thought it was like no clean. They wash themselves. You just like leave it on for another 30 minutes.
Like a grill?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been cleaning my grill that way.
Yeah.
And I turn it all the burners on and close it. And it gets up to like 1,200 degrees. And I'm like, I think I should go away for a little while. I mean, it starts making sounds like it's like settling.
1,200 degrees.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm sitting out there like,
I think I would just clean it.
drinking a lemonade. Well, I try to do that.
Just,
but nothing gets it clean.
Just 1,200 degrees.
Like nuking
Like a
it all.
cremation
What is that?
facility.
What
Yes,
is the
exactly.
I'm trying to think of what the equivalent to 1,200 degrees would be, but I don't think I've ever.
It's like a mile from the sun.
That's when
Yeah.
you start measuring it in Kelvin.
yeah.
Yeah. You're getting into Kelvin territory there.
I haven't heard Kelvin in a while.
Dude, I'll turn the burners off and like just let it be. And an hour later, it's still at 600 degrees.
Dude, one time me and my dad went camping when I was really young. Like we were like, I was like a child, and we went camping like 2 towns over, and we made a fire at night. And my dad's not like a huge like outdoors guy. Like he doesn't really know what he's doing. And we made like a fire with like coals, and he was like, we got to clean this up. And he just took the coals, and I was like holding a plastic bag, and he like dumped them in, and they just went straight through. And it just went like not even like I didn't even like know, like there was no tension whatsoever. Like it just went directly through.
It melted the bottom of the bag
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Instantly.
That's great.
Can't clean that up.
I know.
Girls are kind of like, they are a little scary.
Girls?
That's how I heard.
They're not?
That's what you said.
Don't you think
It's like
they
what
are?
a massive change in topic.
Well, it's just like you don't know what they're thinking, and their hormones are just different.
Girls are scary.
Bro, they are. You don't think so?
No, I would agree. I think more scary than a grill is a fucking like an oven.
Yeah.
Why?
Ovens, I'm just waiting for those things to just pop.
Like the scene in Fight Club?
Yeah. Just ready for those things to go at any time.
Yeah, that is, I don't know. But grills, though, it's like so self-contained. I had a bad experience with a grill on an outside deck that just like, it was just firing. I was like, I'm going to light this fucking building on fire.
Oh, you had a grill fire? Grill fires are scary.
Scary
So
as
easy to put out
fuck.
though.
How?
What?
Baking soda. Just
Oh.
dump baking soda on it.
Yeah, but
Goes
you have
out
to,
immediately.
I needed a pallet of baking soda.
You gotta have baking soda on. We had a grill fire once, and I just went and grabbed baking soda.
How
Probably
many
look like a hero.
tablespoons?
You just take the thing.
Oh.
Sprinkle it on.
I've never used that much.
Goes out immediately.
I've only ever used baking soda in tablespoons.
Oh yeah, no, we went with the straight.
Isn't it amazing that when you bake a pie, you have baking soda and it's like 1 teaspoon?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not going to use this for 14 years.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna
What
take
the
me
fuck is baking soda? Because it also cleans your refrigerator if you
Cleans
just
everything.
leave it open.
Cleans everything.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
People clean their toilets with baking soda.
But also eat it
Yeah.
in pie. What the fuck is it doing?
I got baking soda a while ago because I had a smell in my refrigerator that I had to clean out.
You
And
don't say.
I put a plate of baking soda down. They say it absorbs the smell.
Yeah, how does it do that? But it also makes crack into cocaine.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what is baking soda?
I know, right?
Wow.
Or cocaine into crack.
Lots
Excuse
of
me.
applications for
Yeah, it's like
baking soda.
genius. Whoever invented baking soda. But it's also disgusting to taste. You'd think if it did so many things that you could just dip your pinky in it and be like,
I think it's just like sand.
it's sand.
It's just like a texture-based thing.
yeah,
No.
it's just like fucking
It's got
Sweetless
scientific
sugar.
properties.
I don't even have my phone. What the fuck is baking soda? Alexa,
I have never used baking soda for its real purpose ever in my entire lifetime.
Baking.
Yeah.
You never baked with it.
I mean, do you bake a lot? Do you make it loaves?
I'll make a pie here and there. I like a good pie.
pre-made crust.
I mean, maybe with my air fryer, I'll get using it.
I don't know. I don't know if that's maybe you
making
can.
a pie.
You could probably
in
make a
your
pie.
air-
Oh,
on
you
an
can
air
bake.
fryer.
You can bake in your air fryer.
Yeah.
You have the baking.
It's literally an easy bake oven.
They're pretty cheap.
They're not bad. You can get them
$60.
$60, $70. Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought I was going to say $60 and you were going to be like, you got like a toy?
I think I bought
You
one.
got an easy bake oven?
I think mine was like 80 or something. I don't know. I not that mine's sell, but they all seem pretty much the same.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't aware how much they spend each month. Do you know how many subscriptions you pay for? What about how much you spend on takeout or delivery? It's probably more than you think. But there's an app designed to help you manage your money better, Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money shows all your expenses in one place, including subscriptions you forgot about. If you see a subscription you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions,
Dear God.
with members saving an average of $740 when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/boy today. That's rocketmoney.com/boy. rocketmoney.com/boy.
Guys, if you haven't noticed, summer is absolutely heating up. And I don't care if you're out on a dock late at night shining your iPhone light into the eyes of some unsuspecting fish.
Right.
With your buddies Beau, Peters, Nate, all of whom now live in Maine permanently. But
weird.
The best way to experience that beautiful summer weather is with the cold, frosty Mountain Dew.
Yes.
Guys, they've got new cans with new graphics, and the cans are beautiful and poppin'. I'm telling you, something about having that cold Mountain Dew in my hand makes me know, golly, could life be any better than hanging here with my 3 best friends from Maine? Makes me want to go spend some time on a mountaintop, maybe Mount Katahdin, right?
Yes. Well, having a Mountain Dew on a mountain.
Walk the knife edge, go down to Mirror Lake, just classic Maine stuff, you know? Maybe walk through a blueberry field. We all know it's actually Maine's biggest export. People think it's seafood, but it's not. It's blueberries. Start a golf season. Grab a dew while you're on the course, right? Throw that in the old cart cup holder. Cruise around, drink it for a couple holes. Or if you're heading out on your boat to go fishing, whatever. Whatever you're doing, it's better with a nice cold Mountain Dew. Nothing goes better with hanging out with your friends than the refreshing citrusy kick of Mountain Dew. Grab a Dew in the new packaging and enjoy the refreshing citrus kick.
Mm-hmm.
I buy it for the packaging and I stay for the flavor.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, let's talk about Tempo meals. When you think about fast food, you probably think unhealthy. Thawed out patties dripping with grease. But when you're on a tight schedule and need to save time, you might not have any other option. If this sounds familiar, you need to check out Tempo. Tempo is a weekly delivery service that delivers chef-crafted meals from a dietitian-approved menu fresh to your door. Tempo serves up fast, feel-good, single-serving meals that are crafted to cook in just 3 minutes, so you can eat without sacrificing taste or convenience. For a limited time, Tempo is offering my listeners 60% off your first box. Go to tempomeals.com/boydad. We like Tempo. We love Tempo.
We're obsessed with Tempo.
We use Tempo. That's tempomeals.com/boydad for 60% off your first box. Tempomeals.com/BOYDAD. Rules and restrictions may apply when you go and get your meals.
From Tempo. Shout out Tempo.
I went, speaking of baking, I went to a really good restaurant yesterday for lunch.
Where?
Blue Hill at Stone Barns.
Where's that, upstate?
It's in Westchester. It's like one of the best restaurants in the world.
Well, what are we talking?
I mean, it's crazy.
Macerated shallots?
Oh yeah. Big time.
All right, that sounds pretty fucking good.
It was ranked it's one of those like high fine dining, but they have their own farm and all the food and stuff comes from the farm.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But it's also a sort of a lab where they use science to create new versions of vegetables that are more like cooking friendly and user friendly. And so they will find a way to crossbreed a squash with a gourd or something like that so that the water it has less water in it, which means they can preserve it through the winter. Because water is what causes things to rot.
Sounds like GMO.
Yeah, wow, you got the Monsanto restaurant lined up.
Dude, they brought every time they bring you out a new course, they tell you about it. They put something down on the table, right? They come out and they put this like.
This was a squash that was made in Chernobyl originally.
Exactly.
This is straight from the Wuhan lab.
And
it has gain of function.
And then they pick it up and then they leave and then they bring you back a plate with some sort of presentation of that thing. But they had, I think it was maybe celery or butter, squash blossoms, right? And they brought out a stalk that usually has little thistles on it, little spikes.
Yeah.
And the guy was saying that usually a farmer, when they're kind of harvesting that plant, they have to wear big gloves all the way up their arms so that they don't get
thistles.
Cut. And they found a way to create a version of that plant that has no thistles.
That's insane.
And I was like, well,
they created a new vegetable because that guy didn't want to wear gloves.
You're putting the workers who make those gloves out of business. Why is that such a bad thing? Anyway,
this is very Jurassic Park of them.
I know.
They're playing with fucking.
It sounds like they got microchips in your stomach now.
To that point, they brought out this ricotta, right? Mm-hmm. That they had just pulled that day from I don't know, and they said that they had bought all these dairy cows that had been over milked for years, right? So for years, it's this industrial process where the cows get milked every day with the machines, and their udders go to shit.
Yeah. Titties looking like Miss Peach.
Absolutely, really.
Notoriously over milked.
Of course.
Notoriously. So you're at Peter Thiel's restaurant.
So she's telling us about these dairy cows, and I'm thinking, oh. She said that we get them when they're 6 years old. They're come to the end of their career or whatever. And I'm thinking she's going to tell us that from this point on, they milk them at a rate that is more favorable to the cows. No. And she's like, these are seasoned cows. They've been around the block. And I'm thinking, okay, she's about to tell us a really humane story. And she's like, and because they're so old and they've been milked so much, the meat actually tastes really good. So we kill them and we fucking serve them as steak. And usually dairy cows aren't. And I'm like, oh my God. That went a totally different direction from where I thought it was going. But yeah, it was all really
So
good.
they have the capability to make meat without killing animals, probably, if they're genetically engineering all this stuff. And they're like, no, we killed the oldest and most vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We kill the ones that have already lived the hardest lives possible.
We have the capacity to be humane. We choose not to be.
I feel like if you're a dairy cow or you're a beef cow, you get put in one of two camps or whatever. Maybe you're grown that way. I don't fucking know. But you get your you get your lot in life, right? Yeah. And if you're a dairy cow, you think, what a relief. I'm not going to be killed and eaten. Yeah. But I will have to go through the hell of being milked constantly, right?
Just getting,
Whereas a beef cow gets to just eat and fatten itself up, knowing that it probably lives a pretty good life until one day it is slaughtered and eaten. These cows are worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
Just so we can have some fucking heavy cream on the top of our Starbucks.
Dude, this ricotta was beyond belief. It was unlike anything I've ever tasted in my life.
This was for lunch yesterday?
Yeah, it was a 24-course meal.
Jesus fucking Christ.
24 courses.
What Nuts. The fuck? You're life maxing right now.
That just doesn't even seem enjoyable.
100 holes of golf,
what, do they give you
24-course meal?
One grain of every fucking course?
No, it got a little heavy. It got a little heavy-handed, a little overbearing. I will say, I didn't eat anything before. I didn't eat any breakfast. Lunch started at 12.
Okay.
It finished at 4:30.
Oh my God.
That's not lunch. That's like a Roman emperor.
But that's all. I achieved intermittent fasting as a result of this meal.
If I leave my house from 12 to 4, I get back and I'm like, I am gassed.
Yeah. Long ass work day.
Gotta be careful. You can't be having days like that. Well, I only get one life to live here. Yeah, it was quite an experience. It's not one of those things you do or want to do often, but as those really gastronomic many course meals go, those fine dining ones, I would say that doing the lunch, this is my first time ever doing it that way, was far preferable to doing the dinner.
Yeah, because you could just be full for the rest of the day instead of like, all right, I'll go to bed now.
You've eaten your last bite of food at 4:30. You don't go to bed feeling sick.
Did you eat anything else the rest of the
night?
God,
no.
Yeah.
I was set.
What was the best bite?
Man, they had this mushroom thing.
Give us the 24 rankings.
I mean, I don't even know what it was.
At 24, what was the worst? Yeah, start at the bottom.
All right, we'll make it easy. Go top 20.
I couldn't walk you through the whole meal if I tried. They had these.
So.
I was making jokes throughout the meal. They brought out ramps that they had cooked at 140 degrees nonstop for 6 weeks.
What is a ramp?
Like a leek.
I said it's the most disability friendly food. Everyone laughed. That was a good one. I got a good laugh at that.
So you were there with a big party.
Yeah.
That sounds, I mean, at least you're there. I don't know why I was picturing you like sitting at the bar.
For 24 courses.
Oh, man.
I thought you were just doing it on your own.
I don't know why. I wasn't really picturing you with a big group either.
Yeah, I thought you just kind of did this to, I don't know.
No, I was with my girlfriend's family, and it was a really nice thing.
So did you plug in at the place, or did they plug in at the place? Like, who found this place? Whose idea was this?
They plugged in. I've been there once before for dinner years and years and years ago. And I remember it was a Tuesday night in, I think, January. And it was when I was working at the district attorney's office. So I had to be at work at 9 a.m. the next day, or like you get basically fired by the government. and you have to hand scan. We had a hand scanner.
Oh, my God.
That you had to hand scan in. And so dinner was at 8:30. That was our reservation. It's a 4-hour dinner.
Yeah.
And it's up in Westchester.
Yeah.
So we finished at midnight. I'm miserable.
Yeah.
I have to race home and then go to bed and wake up the next day. I was like, that wasn't worth it.
No.
It was not an enjoyable experience. Not to mention, in January, the farm isn't able to produce the same type of produce that makes it so enjoyable in the summer.
But that place could have probably made you a glove of your hand.
Dude, they do. They do. They find a way to really genetically engineer or whatever, engineer great produce throughout the year. But the summer is really the time to go.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that sounds so nice. But you did violate one of Glennie and Theo Vaughn's main principles, as you had a lunch for dinner. Or you had a dinner for lunch, excuse me. And Glennie and Theo Vaughn are very anti that.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. You didn't listen to Glennie on Theo Vaughn?
No, I didn't.
Jesus Christ, you're missing out. You listened, surely.
Of course, multiple times.
Yeah. Took notes, listened back, put on subtitles. It was a great listen. But that sounds so fun. You don't remember the best bite you had? Was there any meat? Was there any type of
honestly, the cow thing was pretty fucking good.
Must have been weird having the spots on it though. The white and black.
The cow thing was really good. This mushroom thing was unbelievable. They had a trout.
I'm sure.
A trout that was over diced cucumbers.
Mm.
What kind of wine did you have?
We had 3 bottles.
And drove home.
The people who weren't drinking drove.
I'm sure.
And it's a Tesla.
And I'm sure they weren't drinking.
No, they really
I'm sure
weren't.
they weren't.
What kind of bottles are we
They
talking?
only had 3 bottles. They only
2
had
bottles of white and 1 bottle of red. There were a lot of us there, though.
I mean, give us a little detail. Even it doesn't have to be the maker, but just what types of wine.
The first one
Let
was
me live vicariously, my brother.
was a white Burgundy. The second one was a white from Northern Rhone, and then the third was a red Burgundy.
Red Burgundy.
De Côte du Rhône.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. That sounds fantastic.
I'm red Burgundy. Good morning. Good evening, San Diego.
Goofy ass ass.
Do you think here's a question. Do you ever think you'll have a glass of wine
God, no.
in your life?
No, never.
From this day forward, you'll never have a glass
I've
of
tasted
wine.
I don't like wine, and I don't think I ever will like wine. Red wine specifically. Oh, I've had white wine and been like, this is doable. Red wine, it's like, I feel like I'm at church. It's
Isn't
like
that amazing?
drinking a milkshake.
It's amazing to me to think that you're 24, right?
Yeah.
You're never going to have a glass of wine again. And it's not necessarily because you plan to be sober for the rest of your life.
Yeah, no, I just don't like wine.
Because you think it's icky.
I think it's icky.
You'll never have a glass of wine.
Nothing about wine looks like what like I remember my dad used to drink wine and his teeth would be like black.
Yeah.
That shit's nasty. I don't want like wine.
You might though. You might come around on it. Your taste buds change every 7 years.
Really?
I believe so. That could also be.
Can I
bullshit.
air fry it?
You probably
Eat
could.
it? Can I eat wine?
Put it in an ice tray and air fry it.
This wine's a little cold.
Could I deep fry it?
Crisp it up a little.
They don't have it at the country fair.
I been playing a lot of video games.
You've been playing Halo?
No, not really. I played Halo a little bit. Well, I was playing Halo a lot. I was playing Halo 3 a lot before.
Yeah, when do you guys want to do that? Can we do it on Wednesday?
Yeah, but I don't know how we're going to do it.
Why?
Because there's like a lot of things that we got to figure out. We got to get we have to figure out how to get we have to get Halo 3, which means someone has to get.
Someone give us Halo 3 in New York City.
It doesn't exist. There's no hard copies.
We're in New York City.
There's no hard. You have to buy it online. There's no
what
hard.
Do you mean?
This game came out 25 years ago.
We get
we're
an
gonna
Xbox,
slide it into the console.
Xbox 360 that hasn't had. Yes. What's wrong with that?
That
Dude, people
definitely
still
exists.
play like fucking N64.
People play
I'm telling you
Atari.
guys, if you want to get an Xbox 360 and the game, that will cost you 7 times the price that it would.
We'll
to
borrow
just get
one
the
from
game.
someone in the city. They'll sit in and watch, and we'll chill.
It is going to be 900 times more expensive.
You don't think GameStop has a pile of trash out back where you can
That's
buy
at the
those
point.
that
Xbox
shit for like
$360
$1?
Xbox 360 and Halo 3 at this point are at the point where that's like a collector's item.
It's like
Are
a
they
Birkin
really?
bag.
I would assume.
Then why isn't N64 in that category? Why is it so easy to get an N64 and like Mario Kart?
I don't think it's easy.
I think it is. You see people have that all the time.
N64, I bet, is expensive as fuck.
No, I don't think so.
Please
man.
reach out to
There's just
me
no
via
way.
Instagram, and if you have one of these, if you have these things in New York City,
No,
I'll make it worth your while.
An N64 is $300.
No way, dude. No way. eBay.
A lot
Crazy.
of hundreds as well.
You're crazy.
I'm only on DK oldies. Xbox 3. Let's look up Xbox 360 price.
We could have it overnighted.
Xbox 360. We don't. The thing is that we don't need an Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is $84.
Oh,
but we don't.
Wow.
But we don't need
7 times the price.
But we don't
Impossible
need.
to find.
We don't need an Xbox 360.
Okay, what do we need?
I want to play. I don't want to play on your new digital fucking age. I want to play.
But if you play on any Xbox or PC, it's the same game.
No, I don't want. I'm certainly not playing on a PC. Are you out of your mind? I want my Xbox 360 controller.
You can use an Xbox 360 controller on PC.
We're not playing it on
I literally
PC.
have
I
one.
don't want to. That's bullshit,
I bought
dude.
one. I
We're
have
playing
an
the way
Xbox
that I
360.
played.
But people don't understand. You know, a PC is just you're still
I don't want
playing
any of
with
that
a
PC
You're not. It's
bullshit.
not like you're playing mouse and key.
Yeah, you are.
No, you're not.
You're playing in an internet cafe.
No, you would be playing on a controller. But we would need 2 controllers, which we could get. I have.
No, I want to.
We need the game.
You need the red, yellow, and white cables to plug into an old TV.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Via
You need
an Xbox 360.
We need to
Right before the Rings of Death come.
The problem is
3
we need
Rings
to-
of Death. So
we
the
really
red
need
lights.
2 consoles
Okay.
and 2 monitors.
Why? Why do we need that?
Because we're not playing split screen.
Yes, we fucking are.
There's no way I'm playing
Dude,
split
that's
screen.
the way we are playing.
I'm not playing. Then I'm out. I'm out.
Why?
Split screen is insane. It sucks to watch. No one's gonna want to watch split screen. B, it's cheating.
This is what.
You can just look at the other
Yeah, you're
person's
just
screen.
watching the other dude.
This is how we played.
You know exactly where he is at all times.
This is how we played the game.
Things have changed,
And
brother.
both people can do it, though.
That's how you used to play
You're-
because no one had 2 monitors then.
You're retrofitting my game. This was my challenge and my game, and you're like, we're gonna add some fucking this. And
Why don't we
that.
just do it at my apartment?
I'm
Okay.
happy to do
Yeah,
that.
let's do that.
But you better have
Just
the
bring
right
an
gear.
Xbox. If you're gonna be demanding gear, bring your own gear. Because I'm demanding gear, but I'm willing to bring my own gear.
Why? What would make it a home game? How would that help?
I just need a monitor and my own screen.
No, We're split screening.
We're not split screening.
Yes, we are.
We can leave it up to the people. This comes out tomorrow. Everyone will say don't split screen.
They're going to say that, but that's because, actually, I don't know if they will.
They will.
Because this was me saying, I think Halo 3, the way that I played it, I was really good at playing
it's
Guardian.
already over. I played like 2 games. I'm unbelievable at it.
Yeah, but you're going to be doing it on your terms, which is you're going to be in some other room.
You could put me on a phone and I'll do it still.
So play him split screen.
No.
You're the one making demands here.
I want it to be fun. I'm not trying to I don't want it to be just work.
Torture.
Yeah. I'll bring in my own. I can bring my portable monitor in. I have no problem doing that.
Pisses me off.
Okay, bring your portable monitor in.
Playing it in the
age. I mean, because we want to run. We want to be together, right? We don't want to do it online.
Yeah, we want to be together.
We want to run LAN.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out to the green wave.
Shout
by
out
the
to
way.
the green wall. Not the green wave.
I'm talking about something different.
No, you're not.
I'm talking about the Crimson Tide.
Optic back-to-back champs. First
Pretty
time
impressive.
ever.
Yeah.
First
it
time
was
ever.
the first time. And people thought they couldn't, but
after the season they had this year,
I knew that if anyone was gonna do it, it would be Optic.
No. It was really they weren't even gonna make champs.
It was touch and go.
It's just, it's tough seeing people come on and celebrating and, being like, a lot of those guys weren't there for Major 2 and 3 and 4.
Right.
I mean, they weren't shooting in the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think about
And we didn't even
accusations
make it
that they stacked the team, that they recruited too much?
Super team?
Yeah.
They weren't a super team.
That's
They
what
kinda
Meta's
were.
trying
No,
to
they
do
weren't.
right now with their AI. Zuckerberg is offering up to $100 million.
Did you see
Basically
that
the same thing?
Twitter released a new messaging beta?
Uh-uh.
And it's they're like, you need a passcode to open it. And it's encrypted from both sides.
Sounds like they're trying to
Sounds like they know what
they're trying to push CP around the internet.
Exactly.
Like Sunday Conversations.
As soon as you see the passcode on the messages, for what?
Yeah. I don't know.
work for the
People love to
CIA?
do they're hit me on Signal. It's like, dude, what's going to happen in our conversation on Signal?
We got to talk about podcast scheduling.
Yeah,
Let's move this over to a secure browser. I'm sorry. While we're going over scheduling for Wednesday, could we just move this over to somewhere
a little
safe?
bit more secure. I need 3-factor on this.
So, guys, Wednesday at 10:30, right? Oh, and last question. When you're making a bomb, theoretically.
When people are so obsessed with the encrypting all their shit. It's hilarious.
It's the same people that used to buy sleeves for their wallets because they thought someone was going to come up and steal their information out by tapping their pocket.
They come up with this little box with an antenna on it, and they're just gonna scan it over your ass.
They really pitched. They sold that shit on Fox News commercials.
Oh yeah,
and your parents and grandparents are obsessed thinking that that's going to happen. Same people who are getting a VPN so they can look at their friends on Facebook. They can just look at their old neighbors on Facebook and be I don't like their political opinions.
I downloaded a VPN once, and it was this year, and I was in Vancouver, and Bill Burr's special just came out, and it wasn't available in Vancouver yet, and I was I'm just gonna VPN this.
Pirated Burr.
Yeah, went back to Jersey. Took my IP back to Jersey. Next thing I know, I'm hooting and hollering watching Bill Burr for the next hour and 10.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You should tell Bill Burr that he's pirating his stuff.
I wasn't a pirate. I still
comic.
used Hulu. I just changed my location so that it was available in the States.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. It's manipulating the numbers. It's dubious at best.
Guys, we've got a fragrance for legends only. Okay? This is the new fragrance for men from Stetson. It's not your dad's cologne. Stetson Legend was crafted for the next generation of Stetson man, the modern-day trailblazer who has a new standard of sophistication. Stetson Legend is a warm, sexy, addictive, and captivating fragrance for men. Oh, yeah. We're going to pop this puppy open.
Oh, wow. I can't wait.
Inspired by the American West, Stetson Legend is powered by notes of upcycled cedarwood and wild desert sage. Ooh, sass. We should douse you in some of this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Beating them off.
Wait, what?
The ladies.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God,
Smell
that's
that
nice. That smells like
upcycled cedarwood there.
Really nice, the clubhouse of a nice country club.
I like it.
Wow.
Yes. The bold and refined fragrance also combines citrus, prickly pear, and black pepper with mesquite and worn leather, and is anchored by a rich base of sandalwood for a lasting, sophisticated finish. This stuff really does smell unbelievable, honestly. The scent embodies modern sophistication and luxury. It was crafted with the same level of care and attention to detail as Stetson's legendary hats and boots. If there is a symbol of class in the American West that more personifies the class of the American Midwest, I have yet to see it than Stetson's legendary hats and boots. It also has a higher fragrance concentration than a typical men's cologne, which means it lasts a long time.
Dude, I didn't know this is the same Stetson from the hats.
Yeah.
That's so insane.
You're
No wonder it's such good quality.
Bingo. You're talking, American quality, high quality, America, man.
That's the name in hats.
Sure is.
The name in cowboy hats.
I almost bought myself a Stetson hat when I was out in Jackson, Wyoming, but I figured I had not been riding enough horses lately. Stetson Legend cologne is available at Walmart, in stores, and online for only $39.98. That's it, guys. Stetson Legend. Get the new fragrance for men.
Alrighty, let's talk about Game Time. Game Time is the official ticking partner of Barstool Sports. There's nothing like getting to a baseball game, especially last minute. Lucky for me, I always use Game Time, the official ticking partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down when it gets closer to showtime. I used Game Time to get my Super Bowl tickets this year, and guess what? The prices did go down when we got closer to Game Time.
You actually got a great deal on that. I mean, anything on Game Time is going to be a great deal.
Anything on Game Time is going to get you a good deal. You can put those savings back in your pocket and spend them at the ballpark or on a hot dog, a new hat, or some good old-fashioned Cracker Jack. What are you waiting for? What baseball game are you going to go to, Ron?
All-Star game. Only 2 Phillies made it. Unfortunate, but I got to get out to the All-Star game.
The All-Star game. Well, good news for you. The All-Star game. All I got to do is just type that in. I got tickets right here for you.
That
Game
sounds
Times
great.
Picks.
That sounds fantastic.
279 bones.
To see all the stars.
To see all the stars.
You might as well be in a goddamn observatory.
I'm trying to go see Coldplay at Gillette in a couple weeks.
Talk about a sky full of stars.
That's what I'm talking about. Tickets on the floor, just $440. Trigger.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BOYDAD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BOYDAD for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. Isn't it crazy that people don't even realize that you can do that? Like, there's like, if you use like Netflix in like another country, they have different movies and shows. So like you could change your location to like England. You got a whole new selection.
And you see like Indian
whole
nudity.
new prop.
Yeah.
Tell you what I've done though that really makes me mad.
Do tell.
Now when I travel to red states and I have to create an account on Pornhub because they're trying.
I've been doing that. I've just been using your name.
That's fine. Well,
Ellis at barstoolsports.com.
The fact that to watch my porn, I have to VPN myself back to lib country is so fucking bullshit. It's so backwards.
Does it work? Does that work?
Yeah, you gotta throw yourself back into the lawlessness of Massachusetts just to watch, a little stepfather, stepdaughter action.
Little stepfather, stepson action.
In Texas. Dude, that is so antithetical to me. I really don't understand that.
Texas might be fake freedom.
It is.
Because you can't like smoke weed. You can't watch
weed,
porn.
You
can't gamble.
And you can't watch porn.
Get out of my life, government.
I know.
What are we talking about
All
here?
they have is guns. That's the only thing they have.
And
It is. It's true. Like the people in the South are like, well, it's freedom country now. It's like, why? Because you can have an auto. Like you can have like a massive. You can still get guns in other states.
But then they're also like, we don't beep because we're afraid someone's going to shoot us. That doesn't sound that free.
No,
you can't even express yourself through your car
sounds like
horn.
North Korea.
That's North Korea.
So.
And Rogan's fucking Kim Jong. All right. I said it.
Dude, it does piss me off. But then I just immediately go over to xvideos.com. And for some reason, that's totally, you don't have to become a member of that.
That's not porn. That's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you
Different
look
classification.
on X, when you look on Twitter, that like 90% of the accounts that are popping right now are just
All
guys
fake.
they're in guys in other countries.
Yeah.
It's like Malaysian men.
Yeah.
And like
all of my
Norwegian dudes.
I've been getting hammered with the, is this normal in America? You get those?
A decent amount.
It'll be like just like a normal thing, and then people will be like, I'm sorry, is that the shoes that people are wearing in America? It's like, you live in Europe. It's a shithole. Just kidding. Just kidding to all of our European listeners.
It is funny.
We love Europe.
People are just making AI bots to like sow
It's
seeds
just
of
rage.
racism.
It's just rage AI. It's insane, dude. I did it. I tried to see. I asked Rock. I wrote like, make me like 10 rage bait tweets, and they made all of them racist as fuck. Because I was like, I wonder if it will do, and it did. And then I was like, that's what my whole timeline
Yes,
is.
exactly. People are just making rage.
It's just
bait.
they're asking, because dude, have you noticed that every tweet on everything on Twitter is just a question now?
Yeah,
it's not.
that.
It's
What do
not,
you notice?
Yeah, what do you notice here? Nothing. There's nothing to notice. It's just engagement farming.
That one's
and they're
been
getting
pissing me
paid.
off. And then the other thing that pisses me off is when people comment on Instagram, and the top comment is like, "Wow, if you want to see about this, click to keep reading."
Yeah.
And you try to click it.
Maybe
that's
we're
the end of
suckers
it.
for not just having like a side account of like rage, cash cow of rage.
But I don't even think those people are making a lot of money anymore. I think that.
Yeah, I saw that too. That a lot of that dried up.
They're doing all that for like $30 a month.
But in Malaysia,
they're like
you're a
causing
king.
they're like causing like real world problems for like an extra $45.
But in some countries, in like Indonesia, like you're coming up on $30 a month.
True, that is true. Yeah.
That's probably all you need is the
Getting
VPN.
hit with that 30 from Musk.
What do you?
Thank you. You just caused a riot.
They're paying people so little at this point that like Musk is probably just coming from his bank account. You didn't even notice.
It's like whatever you need.
Yeah.
Huh.
You haven't been on Twitter much.
No.
You've been outdoors.
I saw a hilarious tweet the other day. It's just all dumb. Like someone posted Elon Musk's net worth, and they were like, "This 0.8 would change my life."
Yep, it was like 4.
So that 0.8 would
million.
change millions of people's lives.
Yeah, that's like universal basic income for a small town.
It was $800 million
Yeah.
was the 0.8, and they thought they were being like, "This 0.8 could help me out a lot. It would help out literally New York City as a whole."
We could build that super train system that everyone's talking about.
Dude, you know what's amazing? I was watching videos of Taylor Lewan gambling in Vegas.
Yeah.
And, he's betting $25,000 hands. Of
At that
blackjack.
point, just drink, dude.
And, yeah.
Just give up sobriety.
I'm like, does he not drink?
No, I think they both stopped drinking, didn't they? Or
Yeah.
they took a break at least.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, either way, I'm watching it, and he's winning $25,000 hands, and you can't help but have the feeling of like, dude, I could really use $5,000 right now. Like, what if it's so meaningless to you? Why don't you just give me $5,000? We're friendly. You know what I mean? Like, why can't you? I don't know why, but you just have that thought.
But I think everyone has
that thought.
Yeah.
And I guess it's all relative.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you see people to whom what money means nothing to them. What amount is so interchangeable.
This is like
to
the
them.
homeless economy infrastructure that you're explaining right now.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
can
you're
I
like,
just have a buck?
you feel entitled to it.
Can I have $1?
Yeah, like why it means nothing to you. I watched you just spend it on nothing. Why wouldn't you? I watched you subscribe to a VPN
to watch Bill Burr's
to watch
special.
porn instead of signing up for a Pornhub account like the rest of us. And why wouldn't you just give it to me? It's hard, and then you're like, oh, that's bullshit thinking.
Yeah,
that's entitlement.
Yeah, it's a
fucking
little bit of
homeless
both.
people.
It's a little bit of both.
Do you give money to homeless people when you pull up at a stoplight and they're like standing on the street corner?
I would say that I'm more likely to give money to people then because they're standing in the elements.
And they'll come and stare at you from like a 6-inch radius.
I don't know. I give money to like mothers that have their little kid with them sometimes, or people that are exhibiting talent.
Mothers with kids that's a good one.
Like even if you're juggling or playing a flute, I've seen that.
Do you need them to know how to play the saxophone, or if they're just mashing buttons? they're just spamming saxophone buttons, will you give them cash?
Yeah, if they're not good at the instrument, I'm more likely to tell everyone else not to give that person money.
I was in Europe once, and we were taking the train, and there was a lady at the bottom like playing like the violin.
Why were you in Europe?
It was like 10 years ago.
Were you there for a musical?
Yeah. And she was playing the violin or some shit or some instrument, and then you saw in her sleeve a phone with just blatantly just an aux cord sticking out of it to a speaker, and it was just her playing music out loud, pretending to play.
See, I would give money to that person. That's a solid con.
There's a lady in New York right now who lip syncs.
Oh,
she's like going viral. Have you seen her?
I've seen that.
The Asian lady.
Yeah,
she just like pretends to sing.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
fine by me. You've earned it.
It's a good gig.
It's a
anything better than what I assume is a lie. Which is, dude, there was a woman, and I know we talk about homeless
drums
people
are a tough one to gauge because you're like, I can't tell if that's good or if you're just bashing.
You're trying to count.
There's that guy,
2, 3, 4. Not quite my tempo.
Yeah.
West 4th Street Station on the left side when you're walking in that long tunnel, and there's that guy with the beard. He's there. He's been playing the one drum, and it's the same. It's like the worst. There's no rhythm, and there's no song.
Yeah, it's just
he's just
like
hitting
drum.
it.
Yeah.
For hours. I'm like, who's giving that guy money? Who's stopping and being like, let's watch this for a second?
I guess it's not tourists though.
No, tourists will.
I feel like tourists hate the homeless.
I know you think that. When was the last time you gave money to a homeless?
I give money to homeless people all the time.
Are you sure you don't think that they're icky? What's more icky, homeless or wine?
Wine.
Okay. All right, you passed the test. No, he passed the test.
I give homeless people money constantly.
If you saw a homeless person drinking wine, would you judge them for it?
I went back to my apartment to get a homeless guy money once.
And you did
no
come
way.
back?
I swear to God. I talked about it on probably the Yak. This was years ago. It was when I lived on Waverly. And I went out. I was on the corner by Temple, and he said, "Do you have any money?" I said, "No." And I said, "I'll be right back." And I went and I got money. Came back down with 20. I think I needed cash for something that day anyway, though. I think I was like, oh shit, I forgot I needed cash.
Thanks for reminding me, man. He was 20.
But I was like, stay here, I'll be back. And I came back and he was there. I gave him $2,000.
But you filmed it, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. Well, I was like, let me go get the GoPro. Shit. Shit.
Stay
Where's my
Are you
DJI?
going to be here? I went to the Coney Island Zoo.
Oh, yeah.
Or Aquarium. Excuse me.
Of course.
Jesus
Cool.
Christ. Brought the kids.
How was it?
Wow.
How'd the kids like
it?
it?
Cool.
It was good. I couldn't tell if I was showing the sharks to my kids or showing my kids to the sharks. I'm just like putting them in front of a shark tank.
Yeah.
It's like they probably think that that's food. They probably think that's bait. My kid can't even focus his eyeballs. There's just a blue wall in front. As soon as I got in, there's like a big aquarium. And I went to the end. I was trying to show my kids. And there looked like there was this big fish. And it was looking me dead in the eye. And it was like behind a piece of coral, and it looked like it was just screaming. It just like locked eyes with me. I was like, is this fucking fish stuck? What's going on? And I felt this empathetic connection to this fish. I felt so fucking bad for it.
It's probably because it's in a glass box.
Yeah, it's literally a slave.
Are you a big aquarium guy?
The
last time I went to an aquarium was with you.
Yeah,
Mall of America.
I've been to a decent amount. The Baltimore Aquarium is fucking elite.
Dude, it's also like $50 for entrance.
Oh, yeah.
I went in there and got in line, got to the front, saw the price, and bailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. It's more expensive than a club.
Have you ever been to the Boston Aquarium?
No, is it nice?
That one's nice. Good. I've been there.
We had our prom junior year at the aquarium.
Actually awesome.
Nice.
All-time bad idea.
Awesome.
Eating next to low tide.
It just stinks like a seal.
It reeked. It was the smelly, and we're eating like lasagna.
Yeah.
Just next to penguins.
In the splash zone.
Yeah, it was awful. People were furious. Was cool walking around, but I've been there like thousands of times.
Dude, the seals are the smelliest animal. I went on a whale watching tour in South Africa, and they took us to an island that's only seals.
Yeah.
And you could smell it from a mile away.
Yeah, no wonder the sharks are always chasing them.
Yeah, they fucking stink.
Yeah.
They're so fucking easy to find. But
Sharks.
I like Karen'd out when I found this fish was stuck.
Oh yeah.
And I went to like go find someone. I went to go find like someone in charge. You're like, dude, I think a fish is stuck in there. And they were like, that's an eel. It just stays there. Like, you mean it was fucking.
They probably thought you were a fool.
I was one of the top
dude.
embarrassing moments of my life, being like, this fish is fucking.
There's a fish stuck. It's not.
It's not. You're
isn't.
an idiot.
We don't even have to look. We know it's not.
They're like, oh, wintergreen? No, he's
fish
fine.
don't get stuck.
He's just hungry. Yeah, they're fish.
What would they get stuck on?
It made me feel so dumb. That's exactly the guy's energy. He didn't even. He was like, "You want me to go look?
Up.
I'll look." But like, what do you? It's a fish in a
eel
tank.
Doesn't even have a skeleton, really. It's just
It was
malleable
within
as
1
we have.
second. I was like, "That fish is stuck."
There's literally
I
zero
saw
way of it.
It's looking at me. It needs my help, and it just didn't at all. It was fucking humiliating.
Do eels have skeletons? Do they have bones?
Probably. I'd assume they have some sort of spine.
Let's look.
They might not though.
I don't mind eating eel.
I've never had it.
But they made it look spooky in Rush Hour
Yeah.
when he's like, "You're eating eel."
Yeah.
They do have bones.
Eels do.
Mm-hmm. They have a backbone.
What are they? Just the snake of the sea?
That's what I thought.
But aren't there sea snakes as well?
There's. I don't know. I know snakes go in fresh water because I was fishing in Maryland and there was a snake to the right of me and I freaked out. It's just in the water.
Yeah, that is scary.
It was horrifying. It was small. It was like a garden snake.
Did they bite?
I mean, that area, I don't know if Maryland, but I know like close to there, like Pennsylvania, they have timber rattlesnakes.
Yeah, that's
But I doubt
scary.
those go in the water.
Copperheads?
Yeah.
They have copperheads in Maryland.
Yeah. Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a copperhead.
If red touches yellow, you're a dead fellow. If red touches black, you're okay, Jack. Remember that. That could save your life
That could
someday.
save my life.
What does that mean?
Snakes.
The red, yellow, and black striped snakes.
Mm-hmm.
If the red's touching yellow, that means they're venomous. If the red's touching the black, that means you're fucking cool.
What are those?
Wow.
What are the jellyfish that are super deadly?
Man of Wars.
Man of Wars. I
Portuguese.
thought I saw a
Cool-ass
man of
names.
war in the water the other day.
Portuguese
and I found
man
out
of
that
war.
it was not a man of war.
It's a badass name.
But it was like one of those big, round
Yeah.
shit dangling down. But it wasn't a man of war. Man of war have like blades on their head.
Tentacles, yeah. Have you ever seen videos of people getting stung by a Man of Wars?
No, but I didn't know that those are like, you got to go to the hospital.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can die from them.
Yeah.
Or don't you get like heart attacks too?
Probably.
Like, if you get
I used to come in from the beach and claim that I'd been stung by a Man of Wars in order to get someone to pee on me.
Yeah.
And
You're at Fire Island. Guys are lining up.
None of those kids took the bait. But someday.
Another Sting, Francis song. I watched a documentary that reminded me of both of you guys, and it was this woman who is trying to make the world think that sharks are good.
Oh, I heard about this.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's a grizzly man waiting to happen.
It's a pre-grizzly man.
Yeah.
It's like a hot beach babe who's like, actually, sharks are friendly.
Where is this?
It's on Netflix or something like that.
I'll definitely check that out.
You have to. And then they just interview a guy who got attacked by a shark. And she's like, yeah, it's really complicated situation. It's like, no, that's not complicated at all. The shark bit the guy. It's cut and dry.
Yeah.
The shark thought he was a seal and killed him because he's dumb. The shark's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to. I guess a lot of sharks get killed, and she's trying to work for the preservation of sharks. But I don't know why people are putting the cape on for sharks. They
Me
would
neither.
kill us if they had the chance. If sharks could be in our shoes, podcasting.
Mm-hmm. Also, why don't we fix something like cod?
Yeah, why not cod
Cod are more important, I think, than sharks.
to the
'Cause we eat 'em.
ecosystem?
Yeah.
We eat a lot of cod.
We don't really eat shark
No.
much, do we?
No.
I watched a documentary similar to that one about a woman who repairs hummingbirds.
What the fuck?
And it was really tough to watch. It was really
Because it was boring as fuck.
boring. Oh my
Sounds
God,
awful.
it was boring. This woman, she has a hotline that you can call if you found a hummingbird that is injured. And she lives in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, she lives in a nice house. I don't know how. I don't know where she made
that
her
hummingbird money.
Yeah,
No,
she
that's-
just devotes her life to,
That's husband money.
There's billions in hummingbirds.
rehabilitation of hummingbirds.
Yeah.
And she seems like she's kind of a pseudo-scientist expert, meaning people will bring their hummingbirds in and she's like, well, yeah, I can see that it's suffered from a neck injury and its wing is broken. And you're like, I don't think that was it. But
She's like a Jane Goodall for hummingbirds?
She thinks she is. She certainly thinks she is. But she's built this like outdoor kind of cage for the hummingbirds.
I'm picturing like the guy that fixes the toys in Toy Story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put down the glasses in front of them.
Get a little cast out for the hummingbird.
Yeah. That was voiced by Newman.
Really?
Yeah. From
Kind of looks like Newman.
It does. That's the funny part.
From
Yeah.
Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the guy from what? From Toy Story?
The guy from Toy Story is like bald and big and fat.
Short.
No,
Short.
that's the guy who owns Al's Toy Barn.
Yes.
The guy who fixes the toys is the old guy who has like a long nose. He's like an old skinny guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought the guy who from Al's Toy barn who does
Nah, you're
he
right.
has that what is he right?
I think he's right. Yeah.
Sad to say, I'm right.
Al's Toy Barn is the who
The fat guy.
It is an old dude that fixes the toy.
But the fat guy who owns Al's Toy Barn, who lives across the street, he drives there
Yeah.
because he's so fat.
That's hilarious.
Super fat phobic of Toy Story.
Oh, you're right. Good
I'm
call
so
there.
sorry to say
Rome.
that, dude.
His name's Jerry.
Jersey Jerry?
Geri.
Jerry like that? Like a British woman?
Hmm.
Jerry
Not
really
cool.
infiltrated my my Call of Duty
Boy,
esports habit.
Jerry looks like he's based off of
Every time I
Joseph
watch it
Goebbels.
now, they're just talking about Jerry the whole time.
Who?
The commentators,
Why?
because he's like a big fan and he comments.
No, not
and they
Goebbels.
love him.
Why don't you start commentating?
I don't know. I don't have the I don't have the courage. Like he's in there, and I don't want to come in and be like, "Hey guys, I'm also here." Also watching along.
Need a little attention from me, maybe.
Mengele. Joseph Mengele was who I was thinking of.
Who voiced what?
Well, he was the Nazi German officer and physician who did all the horrible experiments.
Oh, yes.
The Angel of Death.
Yes.
It looks like that guy was kind of based. It looks like Jerry from Toy Story 2 was kind of based off of him. That's just my connection, though.
But I thought that he was like a positive. He like put Woody's arm back on.
He
The
did.
toy
but
fixer did, but he doesn't know what's happening with the toys. Is the problem? It's like Albert Einstein building the atom bomb. It's like he doesn't know what the formula is going.
But
towards.
I'm more sympathetic to Einstein than Mengele.
I'm not sympathetic to Mengele at all.
But if you're fixing the toy and then the fat guys come by and just stealing it.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, would you mind re-sewing the pussy of my doll? Somehow it got torn to shreds.
It's a massive one.
Bo Peep's legs are split.
Yeah. They're stuck behind her head, and I don't know how to unstick them.
Bo Peep was fly as hell.
Mm.
You never see her on any of those lists that
Hell
Nala's
no.
always on, or the Little Mermaid's always on. People want to bang Disney characters. No one shows love to Bo Peep.
Well, Bo Peep is just classy. It's class.
Does Bo Peep spell it B-E-A-U or
B-O.
B-O? B-O. Mm.
See, I always had an X in Bo, like he's from New Orleans.
Boats.
Went to LSU.
Books. Books. Yeah. Beaux Tigers.
Beaux Tigers. Beaux Tigers would be nice.
Mm.
All right. I gotta get out of here, to be honest.
What the hell time is it?
I got shit going on. It's 11. Oh, wait, no. Have we even been going for an hour?
We have been,
Have
but
we?
probably only just.
I thought we were way longer than that.
Jesus Christ, ass.
I gotta run though.
That's fine.
I got fucking.
Hey, it's good to be back with you boys.
Good to be back, boys. We're back.
Miss you guys like fucking brothers.
That was a blast. That was
We
a
didn't
great
even
episode.
talk about our Ryder Cup situation, which we haven't. I know we can't really talk about, but just some of the stuff around that week was pretty fun.
Yeah, I had a bunch of shit. I mean, we can talk about it. We had that, and we had we went to Lake Placid right from there.
Damn,
Had a
dude.
blast.
Cool.
Great time up in Placid.
Cool.
Maybe next.
Started playing Counter Strike. A
Damn.
lot of Counter Strike.
Makes me
Nice.
so fucking happy for you.
I got back from Lake Placid and I had like 3 days to kill until Maine.
Mm,
All Counter Strike, all day, every day.
that's great.
It was great.
All day, all night.
All day, all night.
Fuck
You
yeah.
probably knew those were two pretty outdoorsy sort of locales.
Exactly.
So you might as well
Exactly.
make store up your energy by staying inside.
That's
those
what I
3
did.
days. Yeah. Happy to hear it.
Hey, hear more about that next episode.
Son of a boy, Dad.